Hey everyone, so today we're taking a look at the Ulanzi U190 Pro vertical video head. Now inside is of course the video head itself. Now it is actually a fluid head. So it's actually a very compact fluid head. So most people that do video have really large heads here that actually has some, well, fluid inside that help you pan and tilt smoothly. So this is a compact one and it's quite small. And also apart from the head itself, you also get a handle. So this will help you make those smooth pans and tilt a bit easier. There's also some screws and also a little tool here to help you unscrew these bolts. So I know tripods are pretty boring, so why would you need a fluid head that's so chunky when most tripods already come with a head like this? So this tripod here, this is my tripod. It's a Siru, I can never pronounce it, Siru, and it is a T005SK, so it's a very small travel tripod. Now these tripods generally come with a ball head, which is what you see here at the end. And this is great for photos, right? You can quickly adjust the tilt and this ball kind of swivels around and it's good for framing your shot. But if you're doing video, a fluid head is useful because you can, with the handle attached, do a really smooth pan. So there's some fluid inside that gives it some resistance when you are using your hand to turn this head, whether up or down or side to side. And that allows you to give that smooth panning motion. If you try to do that with the ball head, it's very hard for you to do it because you're a human and you can't actually ease in and ease out of your motion very well. So we should be able to take the ball head off my tripod and attach the fluid head to this. Should just come straight off. There we go. So it just goes straight on. The thread is perfectly sized. And there we go. All right, so I have the fluid head attached to my tripod down here now. It does come with this plate that you can attach to the bottom of your camera. And the cool thing is it comes with a little tool at the bottom here, a hex tool, which is attached magnetically. So these silver circles here, these are the magnets, and it just pops right in like this and stays in place. I guess there is a small risk of this coming off, but I think it's fairly secure. So let's take a closer look at the fluid head here. So you have your pan like so. So this knob here controls the pan. You can tighten it all the way down this way, and now you can't turn it anymore. You can loosen it a bit, and then you can start doing some smooth pans. And then we also have our tilt control here. So this knob here, you loosen that up, and then you can tilt your camera up and down. So you notice that it comes back, it springs back to the center a little bit, and that's the fluid head in action here. So there's actually quite a lot of resistance when I am pushing this up and down. Now obviously if you have the handle installed, then you have a bit of leverage, so it's a bit easier, but you can control the friction based on how tight you turn this knob here. This one on the side, this is how you install the handle. So that just goes straight into there, and then you can tighten it down, and now you have your handle. So now you can do your tilts, and then also if we loosen this, now we can do our pans as well. Okay, I've removed the handle so we can take a closer look at some of the other features here. So there are some levers or levers around here. So there's one lever at the top here. If you undo the lever, it allows you to quickly change the direction of the top plate here. So if you have a camera here, and let's say it's facing forward, with it attached, you undo the lever and then quickly make it face this way or face the other way, so you can quickly change the direction the camera is facing without moving the tripod or without taking the camera off and then back on again. So you lock it like this, and now you can't turn that plate anymore. On the bottom here, and actually this is kind of one of the cool things about this tripod, is that it comes with a bit of a ball head down here. So most fluid heads are kind of fixed. So once you put it on the floor, you have to level your camera using the legs down here. But for this one, it's got a quick adjustment ball head. And basically you just have to undo this lever here. And then now you are free to swivel this ball head a little bit, you know, it gives you some adjustment, but at least it allows you to level your camera without, you know, doing stuff with the legs of the tripod. It has a little bubble level here, which is good as well. So you can use that to check whether your camera is level or not. And then the kind of I guess the star feature of this fluid head is that it allows you to shoot in vertical mode with ease. So there is a little button here. So this silver button, if you press it, you can flip this up and now you're shooting vertical TikToks. Okay, just to demonstrate what it looks like with a camera, I'm gonna chuck my A7 IV on here with my heaviest lens that I own, the 24-70 GM2. As you can see, it's already falling. So I want to tighten this up a little bit. Let me just reframe the camera. All right, so there we go with A7 IV with my 24-70 GM2 on there, and this is probably my heaviest setup. Like, I'm obviously not doing anything crazy with cinema cameras or anything like that. This is just very amateur stuff here, and yeah, it holds it up pretty well. If I loosen the tilt, as you can see, it's just dropping straight away. But obviously when you're shooting, you can hold this down, or you can maybe just tighten it a little bit. Yeah, if you tighten it a little bit, then it has enough friction to hold it there for you, and then you can still do your smooth tilting action with the handle. And as mentioned earlier, you know, since vertical video is all the craze, you just press this little silver button and then bam, you're shooting vertical. All right, so having played with this for a couple of minutes now, I can already see two major problems with this fluid head. The first thing is the swivel action here, or the panning action here, it's too weak, or it's not resistive enough. So this feels just as frictionless or just as smooth as my ball head that came with my photo tripod. So this spinning action is just as dampened as this is here. In fact, this feels less dampened because of the handle giving me more leverage. But if I didn't use the handle and I turned it like this, it feels almost exactly the same as turning this here. So there's either this tripod head here, either this ball head has some sort of dampening inside, or this is just not strong enough. The second thing is also related to the dampening or the fluidness of this fluid head. The tilting action here, as you saw before, if I just undo it, it just drops forward like this. So this is not a very heavy setup. This is just a, you know, a A7 IV with a 24-70 lens here. It's not like a cinema camera or anything like that. So if Ulanzi is seeing this, I wish they could increase the friction of their fluid head. Now, there is a bit of a solution to this. If you actually take off the handle, or if you don't use the handle, and then you do all your movements, you know, directly on the camera like this, then you have less leverage, and then this dampening is adequate for you to do some smooth kind of tilting action. But still, the panning is still very, very loose. So it doesn't feel like it's dampened enough for my liking. I know I'm not very good at mentioning these kind of things in the video, but this is not sponsored. I bought this myself. I was looking for a fluid head and I was looking for a compact one, and I was tossing between, you know, the Ulanzi U190 Mini and the small rig. So there's a small rig one which is similar as well. Now, from the reviews I saw online, the small rig one actually has more dampening than the Ulanzi one. And then I saw this U190 Pro which just came out, and I thought, oh, maybe they fixed it, so I bought this one. And it looks like, you know, the dampening can still be improved. If you are using a smaller camera, maybe like an APS-C camera or like a Super 35 camera, then maybe it's okay. Because mine is a full frame camera, maybe that's why it wasn't designed to handle a full frame camera. But I've seen people using cinema cameras, you know, way bigger than this. So, you know, if you're doing video, you probably expect a larger kind of setup. So why would you get this, you know, over the U190 Mini, for example? So the Mini doesn't have the ball head at the bottom here. Now, Ulanzi do sell a kind of a ball head attachment separately, so you can get the Mini and then also this attachment at the bottom. But obviously that's, you know, maybe a bit more expensive. But the main reason why you would get this over the Mini is for the vertical shooting. So if you do a lot of vertical shooting, this makes it very easy to flip the camera to a vertical format and then just switch between the two. But I think if you're doing any serious video work, I wouldn't be getting this U190 Pro. So would I recommend the Ulanzi U190 Pro? Well, I mean, you can probably tell now, probably not. Unless you're using a fairly compact setup, I don't think this has the resistance required to give you a really smooth pan. Now you can alleviate it a little bit by, you know, not using the handle and kind of doing your tilts manually. But even then, the panning function just doesn't feel that dampened. It's almost the same as a ball head that came with my tripod. So yeah, so you know, maybe look at some other options. Maybe check out the small rig. I heard the small rig one has more dampening. But anyway, hope this is useful, and thanks for watching.